you watched the video, you downloaded the cheat sheet that's going to improve your energy and focus, your performance, and you told yourself, I'm going to start Monday. Guess what? It's sitting in your download folder next to 3 other things that you want to implement to improve yourself, but you didn't get to it. It's not a discipline problem, okay? You can forgive yourself right now. Your brain is just working in a way that you're not familiar with. What's happening is it's making what's familiar, your routine, your normal routine, frictionless and easy. And the new stuff felt like effort. Give me the next 5 minutes and I'm going to show you the exact reason why disciplined executives consistently fail to implement protocols that they know work. Plus, I'll give you a specific action that you can take before this video even ends and make that implementation to improve yourself almost inevitable. And when you're done watching, just drop the word habit in the comments and I'll send you my pre-meeting brain freeze cheat sheet. It has the full protocol that I've outlined in my other video about fixing brain freezes during meeting, the full protocol, plus I'm going to give you the calendar language that you will use to schedule your resets this week. Hi, I'm Stephen Koh, Executive Health Coach at Executive Warrior Academy, and I've helped 37 executives and founders solve complex energy and focus issues by fixing the biology behind them without disrupting their busy schedule. In every video, I'll give you one biohack, neuroscience trick, or performance science tip that you can use immediately. Here's what I see happen all the time, constantly, across almost every other client that I've worked with, right? They find a really good protocol. It could be an Andrew Huberman podcast, the Diary of a CEO. They've got really cool stuff that they want to implement. And the science, legit, it lands. They feel genuinely motivated. They download the resource. Then a meeting notification goes, bing. 3 weeks later, that cheat sheet, that resource is sitting there face down on their Q3 budget report, right? James, an entrepreneur, complained to me, right? He said, I'm as ADSF every afternoon. So I sent him my protocol, right? I even gave him a detailed explainer video. I asked him a bunch of questions, understanding he's having some diet issues, he's having energy problems. So I want to check in with him to follow up. Did that work? Like, people struggling with long-term focus issues often have underlying compounding factors that may require further investigation. I want to know if he has those issues. His response, no, sorry, I got caught up fixing client emergency. I'll get to it, right? Next week will be better, but I'll be able to really focus next week. Guess what happened next week? He got busy because an employee just quit on him, and he got busy hiring the replacement. Completely legit. But guess what? He's still not progressing. And you know what the instinct of every high performer has, right? They take responsibility. It's me. I need more willpower. I need to be more disciplined. Maybe I need a better morning routine, right? That diagnosis is wrong and it's costing you. When a new protocol doesn't stick, most executives do one of these things, 3 things, okay? These 3 things. They recommit, right? Genuinely, right? They scream to themselves, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, right? They'll do that on maybe a Sunday. Then by Tuesday afternoon, that, the old routine, what usually happens every Tuesday, just suck them back in, right? It's pulling them back into their usual normal life, and the change doesn't happen, right? So they thought, well, let's add more structure, maybe an app, like a habit tracker, a second alarm. Let's remind myself, more infrastructure laid on top of a foundation that was really never the problem. It's really not about discipline. Or they may just quietly, shelve it, right? Good idea. Wrong reason, wrong season, right? It's not the right season to be doing it. Things don't generally come down. If you're busy, you're a high performer, when is it that you will ever get a real downtime? That protocol that's meant to improve you, just join the pile, right? None of that is, all this recommitment, this structure, this so-called accountability hack. It's not really fixing what's actually creating the problem of not implementing. Your brain operates on a simple principle. It makes what's familiar and what's routine automatic, and unfamiliar and your existing routine, that coffee, the push through, the 4th espresso that helps you become more focused. So that's what you normally do to fix your issue. That if that's your routine, that will still continue because it's deeply ingrained into how you normally function to deal with afternoon brain fog. It happens without any decision required. It's autopilot. The new protocol requires a decision. It requires you to use your brain power to think about it and consciously do this action until it becomes a new routine, until you are changed, right? In a schedule like yours, where decisions are already, that decision power is probably already depleted by 2 p.m., the brain defaults what's easy and what's routine, which is frictionless. It will do that every single time. And that is not your weakness. It's just how your brain is designed. I experienced this usually firsthand. When I learned this, cold showers could reset your dopamine, boost fat burning, and improve all-day focus, right? Someone said like dopamine is boosted for 3 to 4 hours because like long, so make you want to do stuff, and it's going to improve your focus. But when it comes to actually turning that tap all the way to cold, it just feels impossible. It's hard. I don't like cold. Every morning I think it's too cold today. I'm going to try it tomorrow. And tomorrow came, same story. 3 months later passed without a single attempt. It finally clicked during my executive coaching training where I learned about resistance to change, right? It's explained in terms of how your brain works, the neuroscience of how our brain works. It defaults to frictionless habit. And that comfort, that routine easily override even a strong desire to improve. Now, here's the fix. It's not more discipline, right? That's not going to fix it. We've tried it. It doesn't work. It's making the new things easier than the old thing, even just a little bit. That margin is where that habit actually forms. Here's a 5-minute setup that's going to make it easier to implement this pre-meeting reset protocol that I explained in my other video about how you can solve brain fog. This video I'm giving you is going to help you implement. The first step, I want you literally stop what you're doing. Stop watching this video and schedule it in now. Before your meeting every afternoon, you're going to implement the protocol, right? So if you're watching this video for the first time and you want to fix your brain fog for your meetings in the afternoon, and you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, that's okay, because this is about implementation. So I want you to schedule this thing in right now, is every meeting in the afternoon after 1 p.m. Okay? You're going to find all the meeting and you're going to open your calendar and book 5 minutes before every meeting right now, right? Label it pre-meeting reset, right? That's going to fix your brain fog and focus issues during the meeting all afternoon. So set it right now. You can go and look at the video later. And plus, I've got my cheat sheet that I can give you. This is about implementation. So set a reminder 10 minutes before each meeting. You're going to have 5-minute block. Just do it now, right? Don't know anything about protocol. Doesn't matter. If you want to solve brain focus in the afternoon, go and set this reminder without even knowing what it is or how. That is the one action that's going to remove the biggest friction, the decision of when. When the calendar block out the time, the decision is already made. So you are reducing the friction to change and disrupting your normal routine. The research on immediate implementation is clear. People who immediately schedule the specific time and place for a new behavior are significantly more likely to follow through than those who intended to do it when the moment feels right. That moment never felt right. In a war room schedule, when you have meetings after meetings, it's never going to feel right, so book it in. Okay? I'm going to see you after your action. Okay? So pause. See you later. Go and book it in your calendar. Put that in your calendar now. Okay. And you're done, right? Last chance. Don't continue until you schedule it. Do it now. Okay. Step 2. You're going to put a comment, done, in the post below. This tells all your friends, all your family, you've taken action to upgrade yourself. And when they ask what that is about, what's this pre-meeting protocol and why do you want it, ask them if they want to join you, right? Social accountability is the most powerful behavior tool available, and you're not announcing it just to the company, right? You're announcing it to a person, people who you know, right? That's the people connected to you on the social network. When you announce it, it's going to be done. It's just much easier. It's accountability. I had a client, let's call him Andrew. He started doing his physical prime, of all places, toilet cubicle, because it's all new, because he didn't want anyone to see him. When he finally told his executive assistant, his EA, and what he's doing, she joined him. Right now, both of them run the protocol before every afternoon session for 3 months straight. Neither miss a day, right? Because the accountability is shared. So that's the second thing. The third thing, look, make the old routine harder. Identify the default that you are looking to replace, right? Whether it's that coffee or the energy drink or the nootropic, the supplement, or whatever that things that you're using currently to try to push through this afternoon, you're gonna make it harder to do that, right? Add friction to the routine. Move that coffee pot to a different drawer, right? Or put your supplement stack somewhere where it's less automatic. You're eliminating your whole habit, and you're not eliminating the whole old habit. It's still there. You are just making it one extra decision to do, making it harder, and that pause is often enough for the new behavior to compete with it, right? These 3 steps work because they target the actual mechanism, not motivation, not willpower. Scheduling removes a decision cost. Accountability raises the stakes, and the friction redistribution shift the path of least resistance to the new behavior. So your new thing is actually easier to do than the old thing. You're making the old behavior harder for yourself. So you default to the new one, and you can do all these 3 right now, right? Just before you close this video, make a plan to do this. Book your calendar, comment on the post once you've done that, and move the coffee pots, right? Just stop relying on caffeine every afternoon. That's going to interfere with your sleep that very night if you have coffee in the afternoon. For a lot of people who are hypersensitive, even worse, right? That's the racing mind in the evening, not a high-performing game. That all 3 I've just shared with you only takes 5 minutes to do, right? And look, if you find that even a highly well-designed habit change system doesn't hold, and your days are so fragmented that your calendar blocks still get consumed, that's usually a sign there's maybe some other thing that's causing it, and we need to go deeper. And that's what we do at Executive Warrior Academy. If you haven't received my pre-meeting brain freeze cheat sheet yet, just drop the word habit below in the comment. I'll send it straight to you. No email required. You can now open your calendar right now. If you haven't done it, you should have done it. I'm giving you a third final chance. Open your calendar, book a time to implement the protocol that I'm going to give you to help you have better focused meeting every afternoon from this day onwards. So you're going to book that in right now. That's one action taking just 60 seconds. Isn't that worth more than any amount of kicking yourself, recommitting, all that stuff that we do to ourselves, right? So here's what's happening, right? When executives get this right, it's not a dramatic thing, right? It's a Tuesday afternoon where the calendar just pop up and you do your 2-minute reset. You walk into the room feeling sharper than an hour before, and they think, that actually worked. That's a small win in the groove, right? And this groove is starting to form, right? So next time it's going to be easier. The time after, even easier. Until one day, it's not a new thing anymore. You're just going to implement the protocol. You're just going to be, like a natural. People look, what's going on? Why are they so focused in the afternoon? My brain's half there, and they'll be asking you for your secret, right? It's just what you do. It's just who you are. You don't need discipline, right? This is just intelligent design, and it starts with just 5 minutes right now before you close this video. I'll catch you next time.